Country, and then you can get right.
Sure. Good morning. I'm Rodney Taylor, the Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union. It's a regional intergovernmental organization based in Trinidad and Tobago, established by CARICOM heads of government to drive the harmonization of telecommunications policy and the development of the ICT industry within the Caribbean. We're here in Jamaica this week with a meeting of the first meeting of the Spectrum Management Task Force for 2023. And this is a body of experts, including government experts, operators in the industry, and international partners to help drive the harmonization of our spectrum management policies within the region. And the harmonization of that policy is important because it supports the deployment of mobile services within the region. We're also preparing for a very important international conference, the World Radio Conference, which will be hosted in November in the United Arab Emirates. And our objective here this week is to ensure that as we go into that conference, we put forward priority areas for the Caribbean and that our positions and our support for the various policies around spectrum and mobile services are in unison and we speak with one voice from the region. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
You mentioned earlier in this meeting that you have done some work for roads.
Yes, I'm very pleased with what we were able to achieve with the support of our regional heads of government in relation to the elimination, well, the reduction, significant reduction of roaming charges for mobile services within the CARICOM space. It is a step in the right direction, and we want to move towards full elimination of roaming charges, voice data, and text services, so that as our citizens move within CARICOM space, they feel that they are at home. Excuse me. They feel as though they are at home because they are not hit with high roaming charges. They don't suffer from bill shock, and they have some predictability in terms of how they're able to roam freely within the CARICOM space and use their mobile services. We are pleased that the major operators have agreed to collectively reduce those charges, and we're meeting very soon again with them to discuss the further elimination. Of course, to achieve that, we need to harmonize the regulations from one market to the next, and we also need to have a discussion with the big tech companies and the over-the-top services that are providing competing services with the operators in the region as well. But we're pleased with what we've been able to achieve so far, and we look forward to bringing you more positive news on the roaming in 2023.
I have one question. Um, internet service. Is there any internet service? Is there any plans to tackle that? Because here in Jamaica, during the pandemic, it has allowed things to get even worse. They're not getting quality service that you get. I'm sure that the other government countries are having the same problem. Is there any plans in the future?
Yes, the issue of internet access, availability, and affordability is something that we're also looking at. There are many factors that go into the cost and availability of the internet. And what many countries have done, including Jamaica, is to establish a universal service fund that is meant to give access to rural communities where it is difficult to provide that infrastructure and where it may be costly. So we want to see more universal service funds established, but also other policies that can support the development of the internet. In fact, this is just not an issue for the Caribbean, but it is a global issue. And the International Telecommunications Union has a very ambitious plan that by 2030 we will drive down the cost of the internet and increase availability across the world. There are various approaches that they have sought, including support from the private sector, through foundations and so on that can help provide devices, because it's not just the issue of availability of internet, but availability of devices. And COVID did, in fact, bring this problem to the forefront because, yes, in particular, children who are at home had challenges remaining connected and so on. So we recognize this as a problem, and we at the regional level are working towards solving some of these problems. And I think the extent to which we can also drive harmonization of policies and regulations, it will make it easier and cheaper to do business for the operators, and hence it will drive down the cost of their services.
Oh, one more question. That's not a culture question. What
Sure.
excited are you? That's it.
Oh, I'm very excited to be in Jamaica. I'm a regionalist at heart, so I love the Caribbean, and of course, Jamaica is one of the leading countries in terms of its efforts for digital transformation, in terms of the competitiveness of the ICT sector. And of course, we're here in beautiful Montego Bay. So we enjoyed the drive all the way from Kingston. We're looking forward to socializing. We have a dinner activity tomorrow where we can meet with stakeholders from all around the world who've come to participate in this workshop this week. So I'm very excited.
Thank you.
Thank you too.